Bitch, please do not ask me what I do. Keep it big 30, but I still might slide. Smoking big 30, niggas big 30 on the gun. Keep on talk that shit, he might not talk no more. That boy scared of these streets, he don't walk no more. Must be dead in his sleep, how he talk to hoes. Must be scared of this beef, what you talking for? Mac on my side, if we catch bro like he gon' die. And my niggas been packing it on ride.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Lice on a case, and today we running all around blades. I decided to make two builds that were all around just because I had a lot of parts from the world bosses, and you can mix and match them now and have, you know, two do the stat bonus. So I was like, I'm gonna make some all around builds, and they turned out to be extremely fire, bruh. So we gonna get into that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, man. It helps me out a bunch and it's greatly appreciated. Hit that notification bell if you want to catch the videos live or when I live stream. It is a little bit rare, but you know, I be doing it sometimes. I also want to say thank you guys so much for subbing. We're at like 450 already. You guys are insane. Let's try and get to 500, man. I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving. You know, comment down below. I love interacting with y'all. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video, man. So to start this video off, we go with the Revenant top and middle with a geyser bottom. And if you look, my geyser bottom is tier 4. I don't have a crystal. I do have unbreakable though, but this build is insane. I don't know how it's this good already. It's 1200 and this build can really fight for real, bro. So I would suggest you can, you know, toy around with this build and stuff. I do think having unbreakable though as a defensive build right now is kind of mandatory. It was so hard for me to get it, so I understand if you don't have it. If you don't have that, Templar is also really good. Saint I don't think is really good, to be honest. I think Saint needs to be buffed. I think they need to do something different, rework the entirety of Saint itself. But as far as this build goes, you can fight way above level with this build. As you can see, this build is like 12,062. From the freeze that you get to the dragon bite stun that you get, Vortex does a lot of damage if you do the stats right. It's just an amazing build. It can fight the 2000 no problem, really. It's not that much of a difficulty. So if you peep, obviously the freeze is really going to stop them. Not much damage from the freeze, but you can then do damage and keep them stunned with the dragon bite, and dragon bite comes back damn near immediately. Look how fast that thing is coming back. So you can no longer do the glitch in this game, which rightfully so, man, but you can still dragon bite them to wait out your freeze again and then just pop the freeze back up, and they're going through the same loop over and over. And if you have really high defense and you know how to play the game, you're going to be getting away. This doesn't even have a crystal. Imagine if I had a healing crystal. I could heal while he's frozen, and you can use dragon bite if you do it at the same time as you launch your heal, and you could be healing while you're dragon biting and it won't cancel it out. So this build is actually like beautiful when it comes to it. So it's the Revenant top, Revenant middle, and geyser bottom. Geyser bottom does take a little bit longer to, you know, get, because you can't just buy it with the straight up cash in the game. You have to use tower points, but it's still pretty easy to get. It's just a matter of grinding. Now, I do want to make it clear how good this build actually is. It's level 1200. I'm about to fight a 2200, a full 1000 levels ahead of it. It still doesn't have a crystal. It's not all the way tier 5, but it is such a good build. It really does it can last. It has great durability, and it can do really good damage if you have that copy fragment on there. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but whenever he decides to use his siphon, I just use it also, because I don't have many ways to get health back with this build. I don't have traits like that for real. But if you look how much this verge or voltage flux move does, it does a lot of damage in that short amount of time. And in the copy fragment, you can just dish whatever they gave back to you, because your stats are all around. It really doesn't matter what move they have, you're gonna at least do some damage, and it just continues to freeze and do all the good stuff. This build is amazing, but again, it does have unbreakable. Now this build is a little different. I kind of took things that weren't really so all-rounded or all well-rounded as a build and made them into a well-rounded build, and then threw on Glass Spirit to kind of finish that off. But there is another way you can build this with a different spirit, and I will be showing that in this video. But as far as the Ronin top and bottom, you have the Lucky Strike on the bottom, and then you have the Copy Fragment on the top, which are very good in any situation for an all-around build. Because if you have an all-around build, it doesn't matter if your opponent has, you know, scale off speed moves or scale off stamina moves, you're going to be able to do some damage and take what they're doing, especially if it's some kind of lifesteal move. So that's always really good to have a Copy Fragment. And Lucky Strike, it's exactly what it sounds like. You might just get lucky and get some crazy hit in, and then you're good. Focus Fragment is where it really changes up the game with this build, because then you have to go in and do direct damage with the Focus Fragment, and your playstyle isn't really built around that, but it does, you know, switch up the opponent. They don't know what's coming, and then you kind of just completely change the game when you use that focus fragment and you're hitting for way more than you were before. Having that nature crystal obviously helps because you are somewhat tanky and you can heal still. So as you see, there is a lot of just, it's skill based for sure. You have to use your skills, but it does help that you have that nature crystal and you have the copy move. So it's still a really good build. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but this 2000 NPC had the aura on, and it's still completely melting them with glass on. But there is another way that you can build it, which I'm happy to show you guys because I personally think it's better than that one right there. And it was still kind of lacking to me, so I decided to spin, and I spent for the what was it? Yeah. Fuck no. I spent for Dragon. I'm never spinning for Saint, bro. You'll never catch me spinning for that Saint. Saint is booty. I hope they rework Saint, but watch what it does now when it has Dragon. It actually helps a lot more. And then having that nature crystal, it makes more sense. Even though it's still an attack spirit, it's still doing a lot of damage. Even though you don't have that 100% increase, still doing a lot of damage. I missed my lucky strike right there, though. It didn't give it to me, which was crazy. But as soon as you use that Dragon Breath, it gives you so much health back. It does take a lot longer, but you are a little more tankier now that you have that. And the copy fragment obviously is still always good. And it just works exactly the same way, except you're just gaining life now instead of doing double the damage, which for this build, you are kind of tanky, so it helps. And then you have focus, so you can still get in there. You have 400 speed, so you're still able to get in quick and, you know, change up the game, do some real damage, and while you're doing the damage, you're healing back. So I do think Dragon works a little bit better for this build, and I would suggest going with Dragon. But Glass does have its effects, and it does make the focus fragment work a little bit better. But as far as the copy goes and Lucky Strike goes, it doesn't really help as much for that. Yeah, but Dragon Breath, it basically keeps you at full health if you're fighting someone who's even 600 levels above you. It's crazy. And this one had an aura, yeah. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show y'all, man. Alright, y'all, that's gonna be it for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Again, if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a bunch. It is greatly appreciated. Hit that notification bell if you want to catch the videos when they're live, or some of the live streams that I rarely do. And thank y'all for all the subs, man. Let's try and get to 500. I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace out.
With the top down and we be shooting Glock rounds. Play me, you get stomped out. These niggas tryna cop out. Money, I'm always on it. These bitches is always calling. They talking, I'm never bothered. I'm